After winning Las Vegas, the road had been a treacherous one for Edmonton Impact in the States. They put up another win on the board in Prague, but they were just not getting consistent performances from their roster this year to contend at the last 3 events in the US. World Cup was their current roster's last chance to prove themselves. If they didn't do well here, heads could roll, and we could see a different Edmonton Impact in 2020.
We're coming. We're next.
Card set, and then you missed out. You need to go back and rewatch that if you get a chance. You got something for me?
No, I was messing with Rich. I was gonna give him one of these again.
So we just went to one-on-ones in the wild card round between Ironman and Rebel. We knew it was going to be close. Alan Golding, the hero today. The Ironman move on. They're going to be taking on X Factor. Also, Houston Heat kind of blew Infamous out of the water, and they looked outstanding, much better than they did in the prelims. We expected that, though, out of Houston Heat. They're
Sunday
one of the best
team,
at getting
yeah.
punched in the face and waking up and coming out with their best game. So they're going to be taking on DMG in the quarterfinals. But before we get to that, we got our first quarterfinal matches, and it's going to be a big one. Russian Legion is going to be taking on Edmonton Impact, and no Alex Goldman here for Edmonton Impact. He's going to be in paintball prison for one more match as he headbutted Rainey in their bloodbath of a kind of a grudge match against San Antonio X Factor yesterday evening. And then also in this set, Dynasty is going to be taking on AC Dallas. And also, how's J-Rab doing, Rob?
He was having another rough night, and he went to the urgent care again. So he's fighting a fever and a nasty sickness going on. So I haven't seen him yet. And I'm sure he's going to find a way to gut it out as he tried to do yesterday.
He had a lot of good. We didn't know if we were going to see him at all yesterday because he was up last night with
called
fever.
us and said, "Hey, I've got fever again. What do I do?" Greg Paul, I want to give him a shout out. He helped out with Tiffany on AC Diesel. She's a doctor and said, "Hey, do this. Go to the urgent care. You got to get some antibiotics." So he's had a rough 2 days. There he is. He's dressed. And there's no way he's not going to play this game, especially with Mouse missing this game.
Yeah. So no Mouse and a J-Rab that's been battling the sickness now for 2 days, but J-Rab did play very well. He's our defending Top Gun title holder. We're going to see who we're going to award this gold barrel trophy to here at the conclusion of this tournament. But right now, Leo Smotrov on the Russian Legion is in first, I believe, with 32 kills.
He's playing phenomenal.
Yeah, and they're sending him all over the place. The Russian's kind of hard to scout right now, especially Rich on this layout. We talked about how potent that center is. You see these premier Snake players get in the center, but they're one of the teams that's also been utilizing the Snake a lot.
And you talked about yesterday Smotrov getting shot those 3 points kind of in a row, and the only times they got shot was when he came outside that pocket. It's real tough to get out to the Snake corner. So it's not really his fault he got shot. He was playing position, did what the coach told him to do, but definitely kind of hurt his stats a little bit.
Yeah, if he hadn't got shot out early in those 3 points in a row, we'd probably see a much bigger kill count for Smotrov and a bigger lead for him. But the Jackson brothers, Matt and John Jackson for AC Dallas, also going to have a possibility of winning this Golden Barrel Trophy as they're playing outstanding here. And AC Dallas, one of the favorites to win this event, but Dynasty played Dynasty played some, I don't want to use the word flawless, but it was pretty close to flawless.
Flawless victory.
I mean, Dynasty through 4 games in the prelims just looked, I don't want to say unbeatable, but they weren't making any very little mistakes. They looked like they had figured the field out. Most importantly, though, their opponents had a terrible time trying to live off the break. They were constantly playing up bodies.
You don't want to try to get outside the pocket on Dynasty on this field, probably.
So is Dynasty's off-the-break shot still going to be dialed in? AC Dallas also, they had some off-the-break shots dialed in themselves.
Made it to the corner. AC Dallas makes it to the Snake corner, getting outside the pocket, giving them a slight advantage in the break. They also lose. Dynasty loses a player and draws the penalty off Tyler Harmon. Tyler gets shot. Yost gets pulled. Dynasty down to only 3 players left alive.
Oh, Brad McCurley goes creeping across, and he gets picked off by, looks like, is that Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, 3-on-4. Ryan's got the center 50. AC Dallas with 1 body advantage, but Dynasty has a slight advantage in field position. Great first point to this match. Marcelo Mont got there in the big tower shooting to Rio side.
Oh, looks out. Matt Jackson gets taken out.
This is big right here for San Diego Dynasty as they, with the minor penalty, lost a couple quick, but able to win a couple gunfights. And now it's tied on the body count here.
A-Rod tries to creep out to the little cake in the back line, and he gets taken out. Tall cake.
Yeah. 2-on-3 now. Marcelo and Ryan alive for Dynasty.
Ryan, a little tactical retreat, gets out of the blue brick, and he gets caught doing it. We see lots of guys shot on tactical retreats here at this event, but...
And Marcelo gets taken out in the back corner.
Yep, so AC Dallas, convincing first point, winning with 3 bodies left alive. A little bit of a bloodbath there early, but once it settled down, AC Dallas playing good control paintball. TJ Danner, Matt Jackson.
Wait, AC Dallas playing good controlled paintball? What?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
No
well, you know,
way.
they're usually a super fast, super aggressive team, but they're able to slow it down here at this event. I think that's good.
So it looks like we have another update from our sideline reporter, Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Alex Goldman is sitting down here on the sidelines in paintball jail. And as you can imagine, he's not very happy about it. Walking over here, he said, "You guys already got me out of the game. Is it necessary for me to sit over here?" But rules are rules, and he's hoping that his team can take this win without him in the game.
And what I would like to say to that is, next time, if you're going to be in paintball jail, make sure it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know, don't
Yeah.
get a
You're
little
gonna go in,
goggle
man.
bump. Jesus, break someone's neck.
Yeah.
6'4",
Nice body slam.
240 pounds, and
Yeah.
he gives Rainey a tiny little face butt.
Randy Wet weighs like, what, 99 pounds?
It's funny that Rainey beat up Mouse in that scenario.
So here we go. Start of this game is going to be a
Mentally.
great match. The winners of the last 2 NXL events. Russian Legion down 1 immediately.
Wow, that was the first ball out of somebody's gun.
And 2, they're down immediately 2, and Impact loses as well. So there's a 4-on-3 with Impact going to the center of the field with Zane Yakimak.
I love that they're-
Rabikoff down the
Whoa,
Dorito side.
I love that
Justin Rabikoff flying up the Dorito side gets caught.
And Justin playing sick. I love that they're starting Zane Yakimek, though. Yeah, Justin coming off, and that's going to make it another
3-on-2.
What a bloodbath of a first
4-on-2.
point here between these 2
3-on-2.
Titans. Referee checking out Zane Yakimek, and it looks like he's going
It's a
to be clean.
3-on-3.
So the Yakimek brothers, Zane played so well for Edmonton Impact up the center of the field. I mean, he had multiple moves up this center, getting multiple 2-packs and just finishing points, breaking things open. Some real good paintball played by Zane Yakimek.
Well, and I like it, Impact establishing this first point that, hey, we're going to take the center of the field, and if you want to take the center of the field, you're going to have to come up here and get it. We're not going to give it away.
But hey, they got Sergey in the back line. Tall Cake is standing over the Tall Cake,
Yep.
trying to wheel and deal. He's going to definitely get out of there. Look for him to try to get out of there.
Yeah.
But Zane's right on him, not giving him much breathing room.
Yeah, it's a tough position for the Russians at this point.
This is the move right here by Brusselback to the Snake side, if he's alive.
And Brusselback going to ask for a
Looks
check.
like
Might have took a
looks
bounce.
like he got
Russ-
bounce going out there.
Not-
Oh, he was shot.
He was shot, and the Russians conceded.
Russians conceded when it was 2-on-2. The coach couldn't see that it was only a 2-on-2.
So
Wow, because they just shot Brusselback.
Yeah, little gift there for Impact.
Yeah, Impact going to take this first one, but it was a close point.
I can't wait to see two teams trying to get 2 bodies each up the gut.
Yeah, I think the Russians only had that one player left in that one. But still, that was a little bit of a bloodbath for the first point. Bodies coming off all over the place. But as you can see, there is Alex Goldman, as he has been suspended and has to, well, at least just for this game. He didn't
We
play.
should make him wear the dunce hat.
Oh, he just did. He's talking to Tracy, our scorekeeper, right now. He just kind of did the headbutt again. Probably telling the story. She's like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "Well, funny story. I headbutted Rainey yesterday."
No big deal.
No big deal.
Let's not make a big deal about this, guys.
If it's just a one, like you said, one-game match for headbutting.
Yeah,
go for
headbutt
the body
everybody.
slam, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go on break. Dynasty loses the player
Tyler Harmon
immediately.
again, shot on the break. That's 2 points in a row for Tyler. Got to get his mojo going.
And
Ryan gets caught
Greenspan
going up the
takes
gut.
one, so it's a 5-on-3 right now, and the ref's checking the back center of the Dynasty player.
Yeah, Dynasty needs to figure out how to stay alive on the break against AC Dallas. I talked to Matt Jackson yesterday a little bit, and he was telling me what they're going to focus on. I was like, you know what you guys do really, really, really good is shoot people on the break, and that's what I'd be focusing on if I was you guys.
Yeah, and Tyler and Greenspan on a team full of stars.
Yeah.
But 2 of their big killers coming off right now. And now Yosh Rao is going to try to get a good fill across, and he does to spread the field out a little bit here for San Diego Dynasty.
And I like what AC's doing both points. They're here to the snake corner with BJ.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you can get outside the pocket on this field, it's a big advantage,
because
man.
they got Dynasty stuck in the middle here.
You make the other team get stuck in the pocket.
Yep. He's putting that pressure on Marcelo at this tower.
Yeah, I'd like to see AC Dallas a little more aggressive coming up the center of the field with Brad McCurley. But getting 2 Gs on the break kind of gives them a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah, they shoot 2 guys in the break. You can do what you want.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Not in this field, though.
Yeah. And that's a good lesson for people out there. Like, you know, all teams are good at some things and bad at other things, and we all try to get better at what we're bad at. But, man, focus on what you do well. AC Dallas is one of the best teams in the world at shooting. I'd say Impact and AC Dallas are probably the 2 best teams in the world shooting on the break. So really dial in those shots. Dynasty losing Marcelo now, only 2 players left alive, and they concede. AC Dallas, 2-point lead here, really controlling this match so far with the breakouts. They're winning the breakouts and then not losing any bodies, playing really smart, controlled paintball.
Yeah.
I mean, super fast. Sorry, super fast, super
Rich,
aggressive paintball.
get it right, Rich. Get it right.
Probably the most aggressive team in the NXL at this point.
Well, I was just wondering. So here it is, the Carbon Paintball Top Gun Award. As I was wondering where Matt Jackson is now with Leo Smotroff, and it's the race to see who's going to get this barrel. 32 kills for Leo Smotroff, 29 now for Matt Jackson. Alan Golding, 27, and he's still going to be in there. He definitely got that one in the one-on-one against Stephen O'Mara. Nico Hyde, 25. We'll see Houston Heat taking on DMG in the quarterfinals, and then John Jackson rounding out the top 5.
So here we go.
Houston Heat with a little switch up. They're changing their breakouts so that the other team can't scout them as well.
And Russian Legion all the way around to Dorito 2.
I love Impact, 2 guys right up to the center.
5 alive, both squads.
It's going to make it so hard for Houston Heat to move up the center now with 2 guys already up there shooting those lanes.
Yep.
Smotrov, though, trying to make the move for the Russians.
Here comes Sergey Smotrov.
How did he miss that? How did he get through there? Wow, somebody dropped that. Looks like Rainey switched and looked inside towards the snake instead of staying on that Dorito side.
And now, so there, yeah, Smotrov on your screen. Here comes a big move by Sergey. So Nyskov not picked up as he comes through.
That's why those guys have to cross up,
Yeah.
Matt. Jesus. That's rookie paintball,
Great
man.
move on Sergey right
Yep.
there.
He's supposed to only get 1, but because they weren't crossed up, they got another one. Oh, another Russian taking a walk now. Oh, no, is that Sergey?
Yeah, no, that's
still
2-2.
Yeah,
So it's
2
a
Russians down, 3
3-on-3.
on 3.
Yeah, Kirill Peridny taking an uncharacteristic early death walk off. But Smotrov is still alive. He's at wedge 2, shooting towards the D side of the field.
That was really uncharacteristic for
Yeah.
Impact to get 2 guys up there looking the same
And
way.
their job there is to cross each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
And they both, and that's Brusselback, so it's a little rookie mistake there.
I was working with the Wild Dogs earlier, and we had the same problems, but they're not the same caliber as
No,
Impact.
they're semi-pro. They're not there
Yeah.
yet. So, hey, we go Russian Legion moving up, but they lose Barytnikov in
Barytnikov
the back,
taking a
so
walk.
it's a 3-on-2 now.
Yeah, Impact with a little bit of an advantage here. They've got a 1-body advantage, although they are in the back row.
But
Smotrov there
the
at
Russians
50.
are putting the pressure. They're at the red brick at
Yep.
50 here, trying to get a shot across on Justin.
Well, it's Smotrov and Karslev, the 2 missiles, the most aggressive guys on this team for the Russians, are going to try to pull off this 2-on-3 here, down by 1 to Edmonton Impact.
And I think Zach Yakimak picked up
I think so, too.
the Russian moving across to the Dorito side towards Justin.
Yeah, the Russians are now on Impact's side of the field, crawling into the secondary. There he goes. But,
Oh, they trade out.
oh, he got him. Smotrov was in the perfect position to pick him up, just didn't pick him up soon enough.
So now Smotrov is the last player left alive here for the Russians. Looking at 2 bodies there on your screen for Edmonton Impact as they have.
Nick Laval needs to start moving.
Going to work.
Going to work here because he's got Justin pinched. And if Justin gets caught creeping here.
Yeah, if Justin loses this gunfight, it's going to be a different game.
Smotroff with the jump up to get a peek here.
It's almost like Laval doesn't know it's a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Laval, no, it looks like he wants to get out now or make a move forward. Here comes Laval. Laval's going to cut it, try to come and drop the hammer.
Out.
Smotroff begging for a penalty, not going to get it. So that is another kill for Smotroff, definitely a kill for Laval, and that's the nice close there.
And J-Rap doing what he does well, staying alive and ended up putting himself in a position to win the match.
So Russians digging themselves a little bit of a hole here, down by 2, as we see the run through in the center of the field from Sergey.
Oh, it takes a 2-for-1.
But the problem was he lost 2 bodies behind him, and then here was that. Here was the kill from Smotroff. Has caught Yakimek looking inside, and then Laval had enough of this 1-on-2 situation.
I've had enough.
Had enough of this. Where is he? I'm running him down.
20 seconds.
Let's see if Dynasty can figure out how to survive the breakout. Specifically, Tyler Harmon. They've had his number both points.
10 seconds.
So now Smotroff still in the lead. Matt Jackson coming out here, play this next point against Dynasty. He's 4 kills behind Leo Smotroff. His brother John's still in the top 5, and Justin Rabikoff getting up there playing 6. So maybe Justin, if he has a miraculous day today, find a way to take down Smotroff. Also, if you're going to be a kill count leader, you got to make it real deep into the tournament.
Yep.
Unless you have a really good couple of first matches or a really bad couple of first matches.
So here we are, 5 alive.
I like AC Dallas once again breaking outside of the pocket here on the Snake side of the field. That's 3 points in a row that they've come outside of the pocket and not been shot. That bodes well for AC Dallas understanding the field and understanding the shots out there. They didn't get a G this game, but they're already up by 2 points with a little over 11 minutes left.
So on your screen, AC Dallas, 5-on-5 break for both of these squads. San Diego Dynasty. And it's the rookie, BJ Henningberg, here at the insert bunker on the Snake side of the field. It's a tough spot to play in a 5-on-5 situation.
But the reason they put him there, Matty, is 'cause he's looking in to watch that left brick, the Dorito side brick, so that if Dynasty tries to go take that, he's in a position to catch Ryan doing that, because Ryan's been going there pretty regularly. Ryan's got to figure out how to get to that brick. They need to figure out how to get to this other brick. Oh, Dynasty loses their first player,
Looks like
Marcelo.
A-Rod.
No, it's
A-Rod.
Yeah, and actually Marcelo's going to dig out wide. He's been real good on this fill. Hasn't been shot at all that I can remember trying to get out wide on the Snake side of the field.
Yep.
And he makes it clean again. Referees should give him a check, but it's going to make life harder for BJ over here.
Yeah, BJ's got to shoot down the tape now to protect himself, otherwise he can get pinched out of that can. Looks like Marcelo's going to get pulled.
Oh, so
Oh,
Marcelo
wow.
losing a gunfight in the back corner bunker. Well, did he get shot cross field or did he lose a gunfight to BJ?
I think
It was in
BJ
his
might-
right. Yeah, it was in
yeah.
his right elbow, so I think it was
probably
BJ. And again, that's a small bunker to play.
The rookie, BJ Henningberg, playing well so far in 2019 for AC Dallas.
Dynasty down 2 bodies here. No one's stopping the rookie. There he goes.
there
He
he
makes the
goes.
move. That's the move. He can go all the way down that Snake now and just feast, because there's no one in position to stop him. If he stops himself, that's one thing, but Dynasty's not in a
Oh,
position
look
to
at
stop
this. They're
him.
going to be right next to each other.
Oh,
here.
look at this. BJ Henningberg right next to Arturo. BJ hears his
Oh,
gun.
I'll take that shot.
And he gets the free kill, but Ryan Greenspan's able to get the shot in on BJ
and that's
when
why
that
you
happened.
keep going. You go all the way to that corner. You don't stop and look for those kills inside when there's no one on your tape.
Oh, and Ryan Greenspan getting taken out by John Jackson.
Man, I got to tell you, AC Dallas looks real good here, man. AC Dallas and Houston Heat are both looking
they're-
real strong, man.
Well, AC Dallas was one of our picks to win this tournament. They're due. They know it. Their opponents know it. Everybody knows it. It's just, when is it actually going to happen? You got to earn that win, obviously.
Yeah.
And until you climb the mountain, we don't know if you can do it.
Yeah.
But let's check in again with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. I talked to Brandon Cornell, who's still recovering from his surgery in the pits during that point, and asked him how last night was, as Maddie and I saw Bart Yekemek, who I usually call the gentle giant, wasn't so gentle after that game against X Factor yesterday, but Brandon said yesterday was actually good for them. It was a good reminder of what they need to do in order to come out here and get a win in this pro bracket. It's not easy. They can't underestimate anyone. So they turned that day around, and they're trying to come out here, play tighter, play smarter than they did yesterday.
I'll tell you what, anyone thinks that Impact doesn't have the motivation, to still continue to be the most elite team out here is wrong, because the ear beating that Bart Yakimek gave his team was about a 20-minute long screaming at. And he just screamed at him for 20 minutes, and everything he said was true.
Good job, Bart.
And they just sat there and shut their mouths and listened the whole time. So we'll see Impact playing well today here against a Russian Legion team. Talking about a team that's ready to start winning tournaments. They've already won 2 in the past 2 years, but they lose Sergei Sonaisko.
But I like what the Russians are doing right now. They're attacking the Dorito side, the Snake side. It's a 4-on-3 advantage right now, but they have the Doritos. Justin's moving down Doritos to match up with the Russians. So, but Britnikov is in the Snake 1 here, and he takes out Brussel back.
Yeah, you can't live in that bunker with guys on both tapes shooting
No,
at you.
you cannot. That's
And
not going to
again,
happen.
Impact is not up the center of the field, and because they're not up the center of the field, it's allowing the Russians to come down the Snake and come down the Dorito, because there's no, they're kind of isolated. Both tapes are isolated from the other tape, so it's just a heads-up battle. If there's no one in front of you, no one can stop you. J-Rab there, and the Doritos looking to shoot across.
He's
way
out of that spot.
Yeah, and he stays there too long. Britnikov will definitely creep out on, but looks like Zach Yakimek gets taken out in the back center, so it's a 4-on-2 right now.
Yeah, 4-on-2. Russian Legion in control of this match. This point, sorry.
And here comes the run through, though, as Karslev's going to finish this one off.
Yep.
And beautiful job by Pavel Karslev. He's going to get checked out, keeping the Russians in this game. It's a 1-point match now.
You know what? We're on Sunday. You would think by now everyone realizes when you get to that snake can, if you're not going to get out of that snake can quick, you will.
Yeah, you've got to own one side or the other. Otherwise, you're just living behind your gun.
Get into the snake. It's just a.
Yeah, it has been a little bit of a bunker of death over here.
Yeah, if you know you're going to go there, you got to find a way to put that tower in and get in.
Talk about the insert can here, snake side of the field, but it is, we've seen it. This field has gotten interesting. I mean, it started out very muddy, but since we've had actually 3 days of beautiful weather, essentially a little bit of rain on Friday, but so much rain earlier in the week. But teams are starting to be a little bit more aggressive. We're starting to see teams utilize the snake a little bit more. Teams are starting to go to that bunker, and it's just a tough spot to be in. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be going there,
if
but
you go
there,
you got to get out of there quick.
Don't go there.
And again, thank you guys for joining us here. We are in the quarterfinals, 2019 NXL Texas Open. Please head on over to GoSports.com and help us out. If let's talk about growing the sport. Well, we need a showcase, and that's what we're trying to do here with Go Sports. That's our
5
mission.
Alive right now. Ryan Greenspan's asking for a check.
Yeah, he's asking for a check.
This is that swing point that we talked about, Maddie. That Dynasty's down 3-0 with 9:44 left. You don't want to go down 4-0. As we say that, looks like Yosh is going to take a walk. So it's a 5-on-4 advantage.
AC Dallas moving up to that center 45 wing there, asking for a check. A-Rod coming up. And I'm surprised A-Rod hasn't been going up the middle more. He's such a middle specialist. Tyler Harleman taking the walk for Dynasty. Dynasty down 2 players now.
Dynasty down by 3 to AC Dallas with 9 minutes and 18 seconds left. It's not quite to the point where they need to start recklessly attacking, but the big thing they need to do is survive. They keep losing too many bodies out here. Too many early deaths for Dynasty.
Yeah, the first 2 points, AC Dallas won the breakouts by shooting 2 guys. The second, this next point, they won just by controlling, and this last point
A-Rod
again,
gets taken out.
Yep, they're going to win just by controlling. There's
only
only 2 Dynasty players left alive.
I think his own player might have got because he got shot in the back of the head.
Well, that'll teach him.
Right in the back of the neck, so.
Ryan Greenspan up in Dorito 3 doing what he can do. Marcelo Margot out here in the snake corner. I was giving Marcelo a hard time after last event, kind of playing a little, remember that move he didn't make that I thought, he was all over me. Like, Rich, what the hell, man? I'm doing the best I can. I'm like, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just trying to be entertaining. I'm sorry, Marcelo. I'm not looking for any trouble, okay? Let me make that clear. Oh, Ryan Greenspan again trying to go forward, pushing through that Dorito because he had to, and he gets caught. Pushing into 5 guns. AC Dallas looking pretty good.
Pretty good right now. I mean, they're getting shots on the break.
Yeah, they win by shooting guys out of the break, and if they don't shoot the guys out of the break, they go up the center of the field, control it completely.
Yeah, shutout so far that AC Dallas is pitching. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Impact said they know Moscow Red Legion is coming down the Dorito side fast, so they said it's Zane Yakimek's responsibility. If Moscow Red Legion is able to get wide off the break, it's his responsibility to push down the field and get as many kills as he can.
We will see if that can get executed here in this next point. And so Brussel back out there again as Mouse still playing paintball prison this whole game. They got Laval, Zane Yakimek, Justin Rabakov here for Edmonton Impact. The Russians, though, with Pavel Karslev on the D side, keeping this one close.
Sergey
Sergey's a big body.
Big body to go to that tower, man.
Yeah, that's a big bite for a guy that's like 6'3" and 215 pounds.
Here we go.
Here we
Impacts
go.
up
We
the center
got
field again,
Zane in the
controlling.
middle,
Yep,
but
but they've got to watch
Russians-
over him.
Russians are going heavy middle, and they're to the Dorito too. So
Yeah. If they don't watch over Zane, they're going to go get Zane. Russians have 2 in the middle. Impact got 2 in the middle. 4-on-5 situation.
Justin's
1
going
point.
to the Dorito side, matching up the
Oh,
Russians.
Zane Yakimek getting cyclopsed in that blue brick from Pavel Karslev.
Yeah, he was up there kind of hunting when he needed to just be controlling the lanes in front of him. Oh,
And
looks
Nick
like Nick
Laval
Laval's
gets
taking a
taken out
walk.
as well.
Couple deaths here for Impact, opening the door for Legion. 1 body advantage for them. They're down by 1. Still a lot of time left, 9 minutes and 8 seconds
Oh,
to go. but
Britnikov takes one to the head.
deaths back and forth
Man,
here.
That was
these guys
Justin,
are
too.
battling. I like it.
That's going to even up the count. And
Tree on
Karslev's going
tree.
to move up into D3. Kirill Peridny at the mini wall, second mini wall.
I like seeing Justin over there attacking on those Doritos.
Now it takes out, is that Smotrov? Yep.
Yep.
Smotrov goes down, so it's a 3-on-2.
Gonna kill his stats.
Kirill's there in the middle.
Yeah, the
Faced
Russians
up.
are in a tough spot now because they've got no one on the snake side of the field at all. As soon as the Impact player learns that there's no one on the snake side of the field, feels this way, this point will be over.
Hey, we expected this battle
We
with these
did.
guys. I mean, they
really-
won Vegas. They won Spain, the Russians. So you got the 2 winners of the first 2 events this year.
Yeah, when we saw the draw last night, we were wondering who Impact was going to face, and it ended up being Legion. And I was like, wow, it's going to be pretty dramatic already here in the quarterfinals.
Who's in the tower for Impact? Because he's dropping the ball.
It's Brusselback, and he needs to get going here, but it
Now
looks
they
like
don't
they
need
lose.
It. Yeah, they don't need it now. It's a 3-on-1.
Tower.
J-Rab was feasting that game for sure, shooting at least 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, nice job by J-Rab, and he was sneaking in there into the top 4, or top 5.
Justin, you've already got your barrel. Stop shooting people.
And I don't think he
Jesus.
played much
Spread
in
it
the
around.
first match yesterday.
He after about 3 points, I think he came in. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere right around there.
And
Well, he's a proven killer. As,
yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
your son, he's quite good at the game of paintball.
It's incredible what he was able to do with his genetics.
I think he had pretty good coaches. I think he played with you guys at the beginning there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
you guys verbally assaulted him.
Yes,
like I
we-
said,
We did.
this
We
generation,
were not that
yeah,
kind to
yeah,
him for
they
the
weren't-
most
It
part.
wasn't a soft deal.
Not a lot of pats on the back.
Not with these 2 guys.
Nope.
No, yeah, you're right. We were a little mean, but hey, toughened him up.
Hey man,
AC Dallas, 3 points in a row, able to take the snake side outside bunker, although they lose Brad McCurley out of the home bunker.
That's the first death they've lost on the break.
Well-
so Dynasty found a way to get a G here, and they're attacking right now.
And
So
well, down 4 points with 8 minutes and 11
there
seconds
goes-
left. So not out of the realm of possibility.
Tyler
We've
Harmon.
seen bigger comebacks before.
Yep.
Tyler Harmon's pushing up those Doritos now, trying to make up for those early deaths in the first few points.
Matt Jackson walks off now for AC, and here goes TJ Danner. So Dynasty's making a nice little push here.
And A-Rod's finally going up the gut.
A-Rod also with some early deaths too, so it's good to see A-Rod alive and Tyler Harmon alive and pushing forward, doing what they normally do.
Yeah, just 2 players left alive here for AC Dallas. They're going to lose this point, but they're going to have about 7 minutes left with a 3-point margin.
AC Dallas playing on their heels, just trying to burn clock off and hope that they can catch Harmon or Rodriguez making a mistake in the push forward. Harmon past the 50-yard line, so is A-Rod. Into AC Dallas's wedge, and John Jackson and BJ are just tucked into those back spots as tight as they can get. There's a kill for A-Rod, and I think Marcelo Margot got the shot. I don't know, God, John Jackson's
On
got
the
a ton
corner,
of
yeah,
paintballs
Marcelo
on him.
got the short corner.
Yeah, so nice job on Marcelo Margot to get
Hey.
one of those last kills.
Great game. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left, 4-1. Plenty of time for Dynasty to make a comeback here.
That was definitely the point. Much more manageable 3-point spread here. If
And
they,
it
if they had lost that
started
one,
with
probably
you know,
curtains.
that's the first point where they shot a guy in the break, take out Brad McCurley.
So the updated top 5 killers has Justin Rabikoff has now gone into 4th place. He's trying to defend the trophy and the barrel that he won at the first event. But Leo Smotrov, 34 kills, still in 1st place. But you're going to have to move on in order to win it. Golding is into the quarterfinals. We're already into the quarterfinals right now, but the win that Ironman had over Revo, so we'll see Golding again. These other games yet to be decided here, though it does look like AC Dallas is a really good opportunity to defeat Dynasty and move on to the semifinals.
And it's so cool to see, like Rich said, 2 brothers playing on the same team.
And how hard they fought to be this
Yeah,
good.
man,
they did
it's-
not start
it's
out
a really
this way.
good story.
Yeah,
People are
they're
like,
not
oh,
good looking.
When people are like,
They're
oh,
not
it's,
athletic.
it's unfair. AC Dallas gets to use all this paint and this and that. I'm like, yeah, John Jackson and Matt Jackson didn't come out of the womb excellent at paintball.
That's right. They worked really hard.
It looks
Yeah,
like
they
Russians-
got beat on when they were on BCK.
Russians take the walk first. Lose one player on Smotrov.
Smotrov, and that is a big elimination. If you're going to take someone out,
Another
take out
Russian taking the
Smotrov.
walk.
And it's a penalty.
Yeah, Impact's going to start walking away with this match now. It's going to be 4-1 with 7 minutes left. J-Rab's mad that he didn't get another kill. Great, bro. You guys just messed my stats up. Great.
If you could take out Smotrov, who's leading the kill count, that is a big elimination.
If I'm out there playing and I'm in the kill count, I don't care whether I win or lose the match. I'm only trying to shoot the guy I'm competing against. Period. Period.
Entertainment from Rich. I love it.
Yeah. Well, look, the thing is that, yeah, Smotrov, one of the reasons he's such a big weapon, it's not just his offensive capabilities in the beginning of the game when he's got some guys behind him. It's also that burst speed. We've seen him pull off some craziness to close points out. So, yeah, if you can get him off of there, especially the fact that he has been doing so much killing out there this weekend. But the Russians need to pick it up here if they want to have a chance. Impact looks locked in. We will see. Dynasty coming back out, winning that last point here and making this one a little bit more interesting. But they got to keep it rolling as they need 3 more to tie as it is 4-1.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, definitely some time left.
Would you say there's a plethora of time left?
I wouldn't say plethora, but plenty. 2 minutes per point.
AC Dallas gets a bad start.
And so did Dynasty, but he came back and tagged up. So look at this. 4 dudes walking off for AC Dallas. 5. Wow.
This is gonna be the quickest point we've seen all weekend.
And here they go.
Talk about a break.
Let's see if they can figure it out. See if the Dynasty's like, what the heck just happened?
What do we do? Man, we're good shooters.
I got it. And someone's like, oh, no, I shot that guy. No, I shot that guy. No, I shot that guy.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get who's the confirmed
Look at this.
kill.
We have a 4-2 game now. That knocked off like 25 seconds.
Yeah. See, if Dynasty can just do that
now
every
we have
game,
a plethora
they're
of
gonna
time.
win. Now we have a plethora
of time.
A myriad.
Yeah, let's get a look at this replay. So there's Dynasty here on the breakout.
He came back, though.
Only Tyler Harmon gets a bad start. A-Rod
got a good start,
A-Rod
too.
got a real good start. And here's AC Dallas's start. Oh, whoops. And they're going to have to all come back and tag up.
Well, they tagged up, though. Why did they just walk out? They could have kept shooting those. I'd have kept shooting that gun, man. I guarantee it.
Disaster strikes here for AC Dallas. And now a 2-point spread still with plenty of time to score 2 points.
Uh-oh.
Going back to this Dynasty match, what's really weird, I think, is that Impact has sent a guy out here every single point, and Dynasty hasn't been able to shoot him one time. I mean, AC Dallas has been sending a guy out to the snake corner or the snake can every single time, and Dynasty hasn't shot him one time. Not once.
Yeah, timeout here called, and it looks like timeout called for the Russians. And
kind of surprising.
So Virtue's just been giving stuff away this weekend, and one of our sponsors here is virtuepb.com, or go to virtuepb.eu if you're in Europe. The first 200 customers, you get a free Vio 2 with the purchase of a matching Spire 3. That's $175 that you get to save if you use the promo code VirtueGoSports. And yeah, big shout out to Virtue sponsoring a lot of these teams out here. And I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. It's even better than, say, a Black Friday deal. So if you want to save $175 and get a loader and a goggle, go to virtuepb.com. So Russians now coming out onto the field. Well, this next point here gets Edmonton Impact, and we need to pick it up a little bit.
And I wonder if that timeout was like, hey, the coaches need to figure something out, or if that timeout was just like, hey, we got to get our stuff together because our loader's broken. Because the Russians
got to find a way to survive on the break.
The Russians need to figure something out here. They're losing a guy every single game on the break.
Look for them to come hard through the middle here.
Yeah, hard and fast. 3 guys at home for Russians. Sitting in that pocket, they shoot Nick Laval going up the center of the field. They don't lose anybody.
They do. They lose.
Oh, sorry.
3-1.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-on-4.
Again, don't go outside, Russians. If you want to stay alive, pocket ball. And there we go, right to that 50 brick. Completely controlling. Yep. Smotrov tries to wrap around, gets shot in the face.
So he's having a rough match so far.
Yeah. Well, and Impact is just controlling the center of the field much, but they're winning the breakout and then controlling the center of the field, and the Russians just can't do anything about it.
And the Russians here down by 1, but they're still pushing forward. Yeah, they on the D side of the field, and they're going to concede.
Yep. 2 players left alive against
They just
4
cannot
Impact
survive
players.
on the break.
No. AC Dallas and Impact really good at shooting on the break. Really, really got those shots dialed in. They spend a lot of time doing it. That's where all those practice rounds go through, all those cases you go through in practice, dialing in those shots. So they've got those shots dialed in better than any other teams out here. They're winning every breakout.
Well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. That was a huge momentum shift there for Dynasty in that last point against AC Dallas. Tyler Harmon came off the field saying this is their moment to make the story that matters this weekend. So they're going out and they're hungry to close out this point spread.
Well, we know that they're capable of it. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of a Dynasty comeback before, and it wasn't fun. Actually, more than once.
Many
Rich,
times.
you were there with me during those moments.
Unfortunately.
But there's 7 minutes on the clock, 6:51, and that's definitely enough time. But Dynasty has to live through the break. They've been struggling doing that, and sure enough, they do lose a body, and it's Ryan Greenspan taking the walk. So
hurts.
that AC Dallas off the break shots. And here comes BJ. BJ's gonna that's Waring. Waring coming through and taking out Arturo.
And they were able to do that because they didn't have the second body up there protecting. Dynasty now with only 2 players left alive against 4 AC Dallas players.
Great job by Mike Waring to make the most of his spin out here.
Yep. And again, if you know where that guy's at, you know which way he's looking, go to the other side, guys. If you go to the other side, you shoot him in the back, you have a chance to shoot one more.
Marcelo creeping out here to the snake corner. He stays alive.
Yeah, he's been able to get out there, but once he gets out there, it's a really tough bunker to kind of stay alive in and fight out of.
Tyler moving up to Dorito 2. Here comes Brad McCurley to the red brick.
Yeah,
snake side.
Now Brad's got that shot, so that if Tyler tries to go forward again, he's got to go through a huge gap and I'm guessing a decent amount of Brad's paint.
Brad McCurley in a real good spot as he is at the red brick, trying to zone up on that D side of the field, and with it, the 4-on-2 situation, burn time off the clock. That's the most important thing for AC Dallas, obviously win a point, but as with this 2-point lead, if they can burn a decent amount of time off this clock and win it, that will do it most likely.
Jackson moving.
John Jackson coming after this snake corner, matching up with Marcelo. Yeah, Brad McCurley's down the same bunker that Arturo started in. But unfortunately, Arturo didn't have anybody protecting him, so
And
he
he's
got
going to cross that. Oh,
Brad
gets
got him.
Brad
He
gets
talks
him.
about it. Yeah, Brad's waiting on that gap. As soon as he saw anything creeping out, he just started shooting it. Tyler ran right into his paint.
Yeah, patient kill there for Brad McCurley as he got to that spot, did exactly what his job was, and really helped AC Dallas put this point on the board. So nice job by Brad McCurley. Also TJ Danner and Matt Jackson alive at the end of that one. So, man, we are in the quarterfinals right now. AC Dallas up over Dynasty. Impact also has answered nicely as they had some close games in the prelims. And thank you guys for joining us. But you're going to have to head on over to GoSports.com to watch the rest of what could potentially be a crazy Sunday.
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
We saw a lot of madness. I mean, you know, we saw Alex Goldman headbutt Rainey. We've seen a lot of, we've seen a ton of overtime points. We saw one-on-ones. Alan Golding emerging as the hero for the Ironman. The Ironman is still in it.
And like you said this morning, Heat and Impact didn't play very good in the prelims at all.
Nope, you're correct. But it doesn't matter as long as you make it in.
Back center is taken out. Russians lose one on the break, but so does Impact. Looks like they lose Zane Yakmak, so it's a 4-on-4. Kirill Peridny's at the second wedge.
Nick Ball filling up the center.
Looks like Zach Yakmak is walking off. And
and a penalty.
He caused him a penalty, so.
That's going to hurt. It's still 4 points, 6 minutes. So Russians are going to get this point. It's going to leave it at 2-5, 3 points left with 6 minutes. Could be interesting.
And there's still have J-Rab on the Dorito 2 and Russell back here in Snake Corner, so they're spread out wide.
Yeah, they're in good spots, but it is a 2-on-4.
It's a 2-on-4. They just got to find a way to knock off as much time as they can, but the Russians will start making pushes here with Barytnikov and the Snake, I'm sure.
And it's ride reckless time right now for Red Legion.
Yeah, ride or die.
No other choice.
And look at this. Brusselback says, nope, I'm going to go to Snake and slow you guys down. Takes out Malloy.
But here comes a big move by Karslev as he goes untouched as he bunkers out Justin Rabikoff, and he's all the way into the back spot. And he's going to get a free kill on Brusselback. He actually waved at Brusselback before he shot him. And Malloy asking for a penalty on Brusselback, but it doesn't look like we're going to see one. So again, Pavel Karslev, the reason why they even have 1 point on the board is because of Karslev.
Yeah.
He's basically scoring all their points.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. And there he is, the missile.
Plenty of time.
It looks like he was breaking paint too, because he's got a barrel off. Yep. So that's made it even harder. Maybe that's why he made the run. He's like, I'm breaking paint. I'm just gonna try to get close.
I gotta go. So I'd like to see Dynasty go ahead and try to shoot the outside player for AC Dallas 1 point. You know, just to make it a little more interesting.
And then here comes, there it is on the replay. Karslev running that highway, the inside route, and dices up the player for Impact on that side of the field. Justin Rabikoff, and then here comes Malloy on the close as well. He sees Karslev go, tries to get out wide to get the shot on Brusselback, and then was begging the ref for a penalty. Did not get a penalty, though, on Brusselback.
But they got the point. That's what's more important.
Yes, absolutely.
Dynasty looks a little fired up in the pit. They're all shaking hands, high-fiving, touching each other's butts. Maybe they get the spark they need to get back in this game. I tell you, though, man, if you can't survive the break against AC Dallas, it's going to be tough to win, man. They got to sit in the pocket. They got to get up the middle, and they got to hope AC Dallas makes some mistakes.
So, yeah, and I mean, it's just going to be tough. Is it possible? Sure. I mean, the 3-point spread is not unheard of in this situation. We have seen comebacks like this in years past, and Dynasty has had those comebacks themselves. We've been talking about that, but the way that AC Dallas is locked in right now, and this is why we were talking about AC Dallas being a favorite here. AC Dallas also played outstanding in the prelims, though they did lose to Russian Legion, which then, in our mind, obviously, if you go undefeated and you beat a team like AC Dallas on a layout like this with the way that AC Dallas has been playing, you become a favorite out here, and we're a favorite anyway. But AC Dallas has just controlled this match. They're shooting way more Dynasty players off the break. They're making better moves. And Dynasty's survivability it's been tough. But there's 3-point spread, 5.5 minutes. Definitely possible. But,
Hey,
but this is the point right here.
Yeah, this is all 5 alive, and here comes Ryan Greenspan to the middle of the field. All 5 alive for Dynasty. Marcelo Margot is here in the snake corner.
But AC
Wide.
Dallas did a little different breakout here. They got a Dorito 2, and they got the snake insert can, both outside looking
And
inside.
Mike Warren just
and
got
Mike
a penalty.
Warren pulls the penalty.
And
AC Dallas is going to walk.
This is another big break here for San Diego Dynasty. They got one when AC Dallas left early, and now they have another opportunity to get this one a little bit closer. They're going to have to
2 points in a row,
try to
mistakes from AC Dallas.
Going to have to try to speed it up, utilize this 5-on-3 situation. There's Yoshua up at the second wedge, and then here comes the big dig into Snake 1 for Arturo. Did he make it clean? It looks like he did.
He did.
He's peeking out, peeking around there, wants to make the move into D2. There's no one in front of him, though, but he does have to worry about that tower.
Yeah, actually the tower now, Matty, you can't see it from your seat. He's sitting down super low, so he can't shoot down into the snake like they can when they're standing up. So once Arturo sees that he's low like that, he should put him in for 1 second, come back outside,
Just
2
go
or 3,
all the way
yeah,
down.
exactly, 2 or 3 fast steps, dive and crawl all the way to the end and
He's
start
thinking, there he
assassinating
goes,
people.
just keep going.
Well, they're down 3. There's 4 minutes left. This is the time to start risking it.
Yeah.
Here, Arturo.
Yeah.
And he was able to get past it, at least to get into the second notch of the snake here in Snake 2. And Dynasty
and he
loading
shoots
up.
Brad McCurley
out. Nice job here by Arturo.
All the way.
Dynasty
There
looking
you
good
go.
here, locking up at the 50s. Josh Rao, and here comes Arturo all the way down here, and Marcelo Margot is right behind him.
Yeah, TJ Dan is super small in that Dorito over there, but they catch him anyway. Shoot the last 2 players. Arturo goes for that buzzer.
So here we
And
go. We
a
got a
2-point match with
5-3
3:30
game.
left.
Plenty of time in this match.
Plenty of time.
I wouldn't say a plethora, though.
Not a plethora,
Not
certainly.
anymore. So there's Arturo with thumbs up. The point is good. And Arturo getting the start on the snake side. That was a big question coming into 2019 was who was going to be the first attacker for San Diego Dynasty on the snake side with the retirement of Brandon Short. I mean, Brandon didn't give him the, okay, I'm absolutely retiring until, a little bit before the first event. It was going back and forth, but at least from what I heard. And then was it going to be Matty Kling? Was it going to be Arturo? Were they going to have Frazier or Marcelo do it? And in Vegas, we saw all those guys. But Arturo had some really good practices, and he also had a knee surgery towards the end of last year. So,
and he's real small and real fast.
And you can't teach height. There's the lineup.
It's
for the
interesting.
Russians.
Both these matches are kind of mirroring each other. With Impact and AC Dallas and Russian Legions and Dynasty. AC Dallas and Impact winning the breakouts. Russian and Dynasty both having some chances.
Now, Impact has had a couple crazy comebacks against Russian Legion, so the Russian Legion with 5.5 minutes are going to try to give Impact a taste of their own medicine here.
Zaniak tries to go to the blue brick.
Yeah, because Smotrov got there first.
His
He
head
caught him.
peeled off, but Brusselback is there mirrored up with him.
4-on-4
so it's
here.
4-on-4. 5:35 left, plenty of time, 5-2.
Yeah, Russians need to put a little more pressure on it, though. Britnikov going back, picking up his loader, putting his loader back together.
Creepy. He always does that. He's the king of the creep. So 4-on-4.
So you're saying it's a real creeper, huh? Smotrov now looking to do some work in the middle, maybe try to push himself into that left 50 brick.
So Smotrov's mirrored up with Brusselback.
Yeah, he's trying to catch that little...
And here he is. He's going to try to work that red brick. He almost got clipped right there.
He almost did. He almost looked into Nick Laval's gun there.
Nobody's telling Brusselback that there's a player right next to him, but...
Might be a secret.
Everyone's got it crossed up a little bit, it looks like.
So Smotrov, the kill count leader here at the red brick, and he's going to lose his back player behind him, and Kirill Perini taking the walk after getting out wide. So Smotroff by himself over here, and here comes Smotroff. He's creeping through. He's going to get one, and he's going to stay alive. Did he get another shot in? No, he doesn't, but he does stay alive. Jumps over the top. He needs to just hang out in there for a second.
Just stay alive.
And let this develop around him. But Karslev runs to his death.
Yeah, sloppy death for Karslev.
Yeah, but looks like Smotroff gets another one.
Yeah, one on two now.
Smotroff got.
Right.
He tried to go right at Justin. They traded out, so it's a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
And they took out the last player on the Dorito side, so.
A little too aggressive there, a little too sloppy for the Russians. Smotrov was doing what he needed to do.
That was a good move by Smotrov, but he was by himself.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys were too far back.
Yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful move. He got a 2-pack. He stayed alive, got the first one went the right way. Listen for the gun. But Karslev got shot on the attack. And we can't beat Karslev up too much because they
he's
need
getting it done. Those 2 points are because of Karslev.
2 points are because of Karslev. And also, they have to play aggressive. That's
they
what
have
you
their
do
down.
when you're trying to do a comeback. But for Impact, it was good. They stayed locked. It was that bend, don't break moment for Edmonton Impact.
20 seconds.
Oh, man. So, getting interesting here, though, in this San Diego Dynasty AC Dallas match.
To be honest, though, the only couple points that Dynasty has won, it's kind of been flukes, right? They've either got a really good breakout or all the AC Dallas guys have walked out. They need to come out here and win a point where they just dominate AC Dallas if they want to get back in this match. And they cannot let AC Dallas come to the snake side every game without shooting that guy. They do shoot Chile Jan out of the back center, though. Although they lose Tyler Harmon again, going to that Dorito corner.
4-on-4. Here comes Brad McCurley to the.
There you go. That's where I want Brad every game.
He's at the 50 brick. Post up on the Dorito side because he knows Tyler. There's no Dynasty player on that Dorito side, so here comes
But they
Ryan
gotta
Greenspan to
protect him.
trade out.
They almost collide with each other and end up trading out.
Yeah, John Jackson should have made a move up to the center wing to watch over Brad McCurley so that when they go to get Brad, it's a free kill, not a trade. Unless John's mad at Brad. Just like, whatever. 3-on-3 now. And again, Dynasty's down by 2 points here with only 3 minutes left. They need to have some forward movement. They need to have a little bit more aggressive. They need to take control of this game.
But in the same breath, though, with 2:43 in a 3-on-3 situation, they need to win this one, but they just need to win it with enough time to have a good, solid point to potentially tie it up when it becomes a 1-point game, if they can win this one.
AC
So they
Dallas
don't want to go
losing a key
crazy
body.
yet.
Wow.
Just losing that snake corner, that's really big.
And here comes Arturo down the snake.
And that was a rookie, BJ Henningberg, getting shot out of his spot.
Only 2 players left for AC Dallas. I think it's Matt and John Jackson.
It is. Matt.
If there's 2 guys you don't want to play against, it's probably Matt and John Jackson here. They're really good at staying alive, really good at shooting their guns, communicate.
And John gets taken out. I think the move there would have been if they crossed up the other way. I think
sure.
they were crossed up the wrong way.
I agree.
And I think John should have went Dorito side and Matt should have taken the snake side.
Yep,
Arturo Andrade, Marcelo Margot, and Alex Rodriguez,
Holding it down.
A-Rod, holding it down for Dynasty and making this one really interesting. A 1-point game now, but what a good look for Arturo Andrade here so far as he's taken over the starting role as the one on the snake side, even though this has been the least played snake side I think we've seen I can't even remember the last
And AC
time.
Dallas has got to be scratching their heads a little bit, right? Like, hey, didn't we just beat these guys 4 points in a row with no effort?
And aren't we really good at going up points?
What's going on,
Yeah,
man?
we're really good at going up points, and then they go to that lockup.
Yeah.
They actually play aggressive, and they're sending Brad McCurley into good spots, but their survivability is a problem right now.
Yeah, definitely got to, if they're going to go on to this next round, they got to figure out what holes they had in this match, because they have some. Nick Laval's got to stay alive here for Impact. He's been dying early
All right,
a few
so
points.
they sent out Justin Cornell out here. On the Dorito side with Zach and Zane, Nick Laval, Russell back.
I'm calling it. This match is over.
Still a lot of time
Russians
here.
lose another body on the break. They've not had a breakout where they haven't lost 1 body.
Survivability, like he said, Matt says. But here's Karslev going down to Dorito 3, Dorito 4.
Yeah, I just feel like Impact's too good of a team and too polished. Even though the Russians are going to put a lot of pressure on them, they're winning these breakouts, so they're always playing with a 1-body advantage or 2-body advantage. And now with this many points, they're just going to sit back, shoot their guns, and make it really hard for the Russians to push forward.
Justin Cornell gets taken out.
Oh, yeah.
And here goes a penalty on Smotrov.
Yep.
And he's screaming at the ref,
he's got
better chill.
He's lucky he doesn't get a major there.
Yeah, the refs, Smotrov, well, they're losing by a bunch now. There's not a lot of time left, and that's not going to help.
Impact loses another body here. 3 players left alive for Impact.
I always tell guys, I'm like, hey, if you really feel like it was a bad call, definitely give the ref a piece of your mind, but you need to be very careful about that.
Yeah. And because remember, these guys are going to be reffing you again.
Yeah.
And again.
Well, and also
and
you could get another penalty and make it even worse.
Here goes Kirill right here. He's about to pick up a lot of bodies because nobody's looking at anybody to cover each other.
But he just shot his gun, and Zane knows he's there, so Zane's going to come around and smartly trade out with him.
Yep,
and now he's begging for a penalty, not going to get it. One-on-one situation, Laval and Karslev.
Karslev's the hero of those first 2 points. We'll see what he can do this point.
This is it right here. If Karslev
gets taken out.
and Karslev wins the one-on-one, so Karslev
3
really,
for 3.
I mean, Karslev is
Hey,
single-handedly keeping
impact
them
against
in this game.
Karslev.
But let me ask you a serious question. If you're the coach, do you put Karlov back on?
I know I'm going to need to think about that for a bit.
I mean, it's a tough call, bro.
It is a tough call, Rich, so you can't just thrust that upon me. I don't know.
Think about
maybe.
it. Think about it and get back to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You have to keep Karslev out there. He's the only reason that the Russians are even close to being in this match right now.
Yep.
Let's go down to Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. The Jackson brothers were yelling at each other after that point, trying to figure out what is happening right now that they're allowing Dynasty to make this comeback. They were debating taking a timeout. We'll see if they do that because they said, there you go, they said that they needed to figure out how to have a controlled point here, either get the point or let the clock run out.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, I mean that's
exactly
great,
what we said.
That is, yeah, and that's a great timeout to call. You throw timeouts for typically one of two reasons: one, to fix some sort of gun problem you have, or some equipment malfunction, or to rest your guys. But the big one is momentum killer.
Momentum killer.
Yeah,
That's
momentum
the one.
killer. Get a little bit more time to discuss game plans and like they said, diagnose the issue. But the issue is survivability for AC Dallas, which is normally what they're best at. And also, it's just great to see the tenacity from San Diego Dynasty to not get mentally defeated before regulation time expires. Dynasty's always, throughout their long and storied paintball careers, I mean, this is the most winningest franchise in paintball existence. They have over 55 wins worldwide since their inception in 2001. And it's been fun to watch their ride. But one of the things they're really good at is staying focused in the pits. So there is the updated Golden Barrel, Top Gun, kill count leaders, and it is Smotroff still in the lead, but that 36, I don't think that's going to hold if the Russians get eliminated.
It won't, because if obviously if AC holds on, and if they don't hold on, then Dynasty's still playing, Impact's still playing. So it's, like you said, to win this award, you need to go deep into the.
Yeah.
So we'll see after the next match.
Marcelo sneaking into the top 5.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. Marcelo's been alive almost every game. Even when they're losing the points, he's still alive shooting bodies.
And
he
made
just made it in out through 2 guns.
Yep.
Marcelo just made it through 2 guns to the back corner bunker.
There's BJ moving up to the 50
Yep,
brick.
and because he's there, Dynasty can't go up there now.
Yep.
Now they just got to get someone in position to watch over him. Otherwise, A-Rod's going to come around on the snake side and hammer in the back of the head.
They might have just lost Tyler Harmon, too. I saw something spray off it. No, it looks like it came off the bunker. So 4 players alive for Dynasty versus 5 for AC.
A-Rod is definitely knows he's there, and he's going to fight. And look at that.
Yeah, Brad went too late. Brad waited too long to go. A-Rod was already in position. A-Rod gets his 2 kills up there. Looks like he stayed alive.
I think he stayed alive. I think he got bounced in the shoulder or in the arm because he was asking for the forearm. And he's clean. What a beautiful move by A-Rod here.
It's just it's kind of frustrating because these teams have to know if you put one guy up there, they're going to go get him. You got to put a guy up there and you got to watch over that guy, and that gives you a free kill.
So Tyler Harmon does walk off.
Yeah. A-Rod ride or die, him and Marcelo now. 2-on.
Under a minute to go here to see if Dynasty can tie this up. If they went down a bunch of points to AC Dallas, but they have an opportunity to get the tie and force it to go to overtime.
They've
Marcelo's
got the right guy
the
at the 50-yard line to push that attack, and that's A-Rod.
Yeah, but I think it's a 2-on-3 now. Is it?
No, it's a for sure. AC has 3. They have back center, Snake Tower, and they got 3-1 with TJ Danners.
Well, here comes Marcelo as Marcelo moving forward, and he gets the shot in on John Jackson.
Argento was alive in the snake. I didn't see him.
Was that? I don't know if that was Marcelo or Arturo.
Arturo, yeah.
They're trying to pinch out the back corner bunker. Only 20 seconds. Marcelo just screamed 20 seconds.
Takes out A-Rod.
20 seconds. Marcelo going to have to go on a full send here, and he ends up getting caught actually as he tries to move forward. So Arturo, the last hope here for San Diego Dynasty.
Just run, Arturo. It's
with
your only
only
chance.
8 seconds to go. I think Dynasty's going to get eliminated with the death of Arturo Andrade. He was their last hope. And what a great job. Matt Jackson screaming to the sky, triumphant here with the victory.
Good job, AC Dallas. Well-deserved victory. Dynasty put a good fight up there at the end. It was
and
too little too late.
Hats off to TJ Danner, too. So TJ Danner and Matt Jackson held off the snake attack. Yep. It was a 3-on-2 situation. Low bodies, man. Matt Jackson, I'm going to give him a little clap. Good job, TJ, too. Beautiful
Great
job
game,
out there.
Dynasty and AC Dallas. Amazing game.
Knocking San Diego Dynasty out of this tournament and moving on. One of our favorites here, AC Dallas. And with how well that Dynasty played in the prelims, we thought this would be a close one, and sure enough it was. But AC Dallas takes the win.
I think we're going to say the same thing here in the Impact match.
Yeah, just a difference on the point spread, though. Red Legion with 2:44 to go, needing 3 points. So it is reckless attack time, and they're going to send Alexander Burtnikoff all the way to the snake, around the corner, off the break, and they're going to shoot out Nick Laval as he tries to make it to the brick. Here comes Sergei Zunaiskov. He gets to the blue brick.
Oh, Burtnikoff missed that first shot.
Burtnikoff, though, he's still alive. And there goes another body coming off for Edmonton Impact. Actually make that
That's
2
Burtnikoff on
more.
4-piece.
And 3. This is another quick, what a blazingly fast point here for Moscow Red Legion as Malloy is waving Kirill Perini
Malloy
into the
just
buzzer.
slashing
Nice
and dying.
point.
I like that. Malloy shoots everybody and then sends Kirill in for the ring. Hey, hey, kid, go get the buzzer.
One of the fastest points that we have seen out here this weekend. And then, did you see a penalty?
No, and the Russians
No.
survived the breakout. This is the first time the Russians have survived the breakout.
Nick Laval went up to the second wedge. I think he was out in the open a little bit too long, got caught, and then here comes Burtnikoff.
I think that was I don't know if I'm going to have to go back and do a little math, but I think that might have been the fastest point that it's a 29-second point, but it was a point with no penalty.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, in 29 seconds, the Russians shot all 5 players for Edmonton Impact.
So in theory, they've got a myriad of time left.
They
A
do.
plethora of time. If it only takes you
we're
50,
gonna
down 2 points.
30 seconds a
Yeah,
point.
if we're going to go with 29
right?
seconds a point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then,
thank you,
got
Rab.
plenty of-
Thank you.
myriad.
Thank you.
So now only down by 2, and we are going to have 2 minutes in between points with the conclusion of the AC Dallas Dynasty match, and Dynasty getting eliminated. And also want to save yourself some money on a loader and a goggle combo. The first 200 customers get a free Bio 2 with a purchase of a matching Spire 3, and at checkout you are going to want to use the promo code VIRTUE. Go Sports, save yourself $175. Go to virtuepb.com if you're in the States, or if you're in Europe, go to virtuepb.eu. So the Russians, the question now, do they have it in them? Because the Russians have lost to Edmonton Impact in the past year twice on comebacks. So now they're trying to give them a little taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, and then plenty.
So here is top 5 points
AC Dallas,
played.
AC Dallas, AC Dallas.
And Zach Yakimek and Alan Golding. That's no surprise. The way that AC Dallas runs their crew, and they have a, relatively, we always say, skeleton squad. That means you don't have a lot of guys on your roster. Now, they've gotten a lot deeper, but they are right in that hot hand. The Matt and John Jackson with 35 points played each. TJ Danner right behind him with 34. Zach Yakimek, a former MVP award winner on one of the most successful teams ever to walk the earth, 34 points played for him, and then Alan Golding, 34. So let's go down to Lauren Kelly. Looks like we're
Matt,
gonna
you were
wait for
saying
that
a
interview.
skeleton crew, that means not very many players. I always thought that
That's what
meant they were
everyone
really
said.
skinny.
It could be that too.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean any one of us can be on that team.
Certainly not. As a coach, we could be on a skeleton crew.
I mean, I can't really knock Rab. You've been keeping yourself in great shape. I mean,
Oh,
you did
Keto Rab?
Yeah, well, I mean, Rab's
Rab.
completed an Ironman, man. That's
yeah.
not the team,
Dude,
the actual run,
this
swim,
this
bike.
is a true story because I'm kind of an Ironman guy myself, and I tried to watch an Ironman, and those things are like 3 or 4 hours long, bro. I could not do it. I trained, I
3 or
watched.
4 hours long. It took me 14 hours.
No,
to
I was watching it.
Oh, okay.
I was just watching on TV. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
that was the longest
exhausting.
day of my life.
They
when I
were
crossed that line.
running and swimming, and it was terrible, man.
Yeah. 14 hours, 14
Really hard to
minutes.
see.
Yeah, I just got to give you props. And how old were you when you did that?
I did 2 years ago. I was 50.
Russians are
And,
coming.
hey, look,
So here we go.
they lose J-Rab immediately.
Impact loses a body on the break. Russian Legion with 4 bodies up attacking.
Smotrov is taken out, so it's a 4-on-4.
Mochop taking a walk. That's good. Pat hurt his stats. Russians going all the way to the
So
Impact side of the field, getting a kill, but also dying.
it's 3-on-3.
I keep hearing the buzzer go
Yeah, I don't
off.
know what's going on. I think the clock is broken. Yeah, the clock is broken. Because
Yeah,
the
I keep-
game time is certainly not worn out yet.
Yeah, I keep hearing the buzzer go off, like the points overall. These guys are still playing.
I think they're going to try to put players back in their spots and restart it.
It's just tough because this
It's
is
horrible.
this is a momentum killer here
It's a
for the
momentum
Russians.
killer for the Russians.
And you can see Sergey's
Well,
like, what's going on?
It's for sure 3-on-3. We know that.
Yeah, I think it is 3-on-3. I think the Russians have slightly better field position. Impact's smart right now. They're out of their bunkers. Like, where are these guys exactly? What are they doing exactly? What are we going to do?
Yeah, this technical glitch here is a bit of a gift to Impact. So let's check in with Lauren. Maybe she's got something for us.
Yeah, I hear Jason saying it was an inadvertent horn, so they're going to figure out how many bodies were alive when it went off and start with that amount of bodies. But I do have Matt Jackson here. Congratulations on that hard-earned win. You guys are always a hypercritical team, and I heard TJ Danner saying after you guys got that win to stop criticizing, take a couple minutes to think about what you did right, not what you did wrong, which is different for AC Dallas. So speaking of that, what do you feel you guys did right as a team?
Shooting off break was the biggest thing that led us to get the lead. Honestly, we had really good guns, really good spots. We felt really confident with scouting, knowing what they're going to do with their tendencies, and it turned out to be really, really good. The few games they made it wide, we're actually still bouncing them, so still back. Shooting off break was the biggest thing in that whole match for us.
Well, let's go back to what you guys do the most, and that's critique yourselves.
Absolutely.
Going into that next match, you're going to be playing either Heat or DMG, so what are those things, after you celebrate the things you did right, you're going to think about moving on to that match?
Just being smart. It's Sunday paintball. You have to win by 1. You don't need to win by 6. You don't need to win by 4. You need 1 point. So a lot of it is just the time, playing the body count, making good decisions, picking the right gunfights. That's what it's going to come down to, and those are some of the mistakes we made against that last match.
All right, well, congratulations. You guys are working hard for that first place win. I know you want it.
Yeah.
I'll check up with Jason here and see what's going to be happening with this next point.
So Matt Jackson was in the running for the Top Gun Award in Vegas, and he is also in the running here in Texas in front of some home crowd. AC Dallas, we are in Fort Worth. So even though the Jackson brothers are from Houston.
I know for sure, 100%, that Sergey was eliminated with one of the Yakmak brothers. I don't know if it's Zane or Zach. So he's still standing there.
Yeah.
He was absolutely
he was hit, but he went back in because they didn't call him.
Right, so he was
Smart.
100% hit.
Smart.
Yeah, so they're going to restart him, and they're going to have one body down for Impact as J-Rab got shot. So
Only one? They shot that big guy going.
These two guys traded here,
Yeah,
so
they
it's
traded in the
3
middle. Well,
bodies
should be
alive.
I
3 on
think
3.
our spy downstairs, I think she's got something for us.
Thanks, I was spying, Maddie. And Jason confirmed that it will be a 5-on-4 with Russians up that extra body.
Yeah, so you were saying that you thought it was less bodies?
Well, Sergey came here to the Impact Tower, and they traded out the 2 players. At that moment, there was still 3 Impact and 3 Russians, so it should be 3-on-3. That's what we saw.
Which is what Blitnikov is saying now. Oh,
so
the first one, yeah, they were up there.
Because there were multiple horns that were going off as it was buzzing. So they went all the way back to when the first malfunction happened, and they're going to restart with the number that were alive at that point. Give a 20% advantage here. Each body indicating 20% of the firepower, so it's going to be 5-on-4
At that
in favor
point,
of
if
the
you
Russians.
have all that chaos, why don't you just start it at 5-on-5? Because it was.
Restart the point.
But
Yeah.
to me, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this actually happened to us on the semi-pro yesterday, and we replayed the point.
Like completely replayed the point?
I mean, well, you're having all these buzzers going on,
Yeah.
inadvertent, right? So it was a technical situation. So
It's just if I was the Russians,
I know that's what I would do at my league.
Well, if I was the Russians, I'd be happy that it's a
Oh, yeah.
5-on-4, but I'd also be a little frustrated in the sense that now they've impacted that even more time to.
When they lose positions, Russian had
Yeah.
all the spots. Now
Totally.
they have none of the spots.
I took the words right out of my mouth. Absolutely. So, but we will see with some time left in this attempted comeback from Russian Legion, only down 2 points now. So definitely possible. And looks like we are getting ready to go right now. Oh, so we're going to be reviewing it again.
Further review.
Yeah. So Impact is going to have, looks like Zach Yakimek, Brusselback in there, playing for Alex Goldman. I'm sure he was hoping he was going to get spins, but probably not hoping that Goldman was going to headbutt Rainey, and that's how he was going to get out there.
I bet he doesn't care how he gets his
It's like,
spins.
yes.
Yeah, go ahead and put somebody else, Mouse. Jesus, you're my spot,
Finally
bro.
got my chance.
I heard Mouse just killed somebody. We should get rid of him.
More spins.
So it's going to be Zach and Zane Yakimek, who have both been playing outstanding for Impact here at this event. They're talking to Nick Laval right now. He's in the bright green goggles. And then there's Brusselback with the long flowing locks. Tim Brusselback coming over from Sacramento DMG. Just kind of like a brother team to
great
Edmonton
hair.
Impact. He
Great
does
hair.
have great
Great
hair. I'm
hair.
so jealous.
I wonder if him and Lasoya trade secrets.
Conditioning secrets.
It's coconut oil.
I hear they hot oil.
So they're reviewing it again downstairs. That's why we're still in a technical timeout.
I say we just play it. One-on-ones, one-on-ones.
Well, we could get them. We already saw one-on-ones here in the Ironman and Revo match as Alan Golding was the hero. So
My question is do you try to sneak someone else in that wasn't in that point?
Sneaking mouse.
If you got one of your guys that got shot early, that's good. You're like, hey man, you get back in there. We'll get one of those other guys out of there.
And so it looks like Lauren's got another update for us.
Yeah, so that last review isn't going to change what the call is on the field. It will still be a 4-on-5 with impact down a body, but Jason was able to confirm that it was actually J-Rab who accidentally hit the button as he was walking off the field. But it's not going to change the call on this field right now.
Oh, so J-Rab.
Oh, so J-Rab actually scored a point for the Russians.
Oh, look at that. He hit the buzzer right there.
20 seconds.
So
wow, if I was the Russians
J-Rab
right now,
is the culprit.
If I was the Russians, I saw that video, this game would be much different right now.
Hey, he's sick right now.
Yeah, he's not
his
feeling
best
good, guys.
self.
He's all hopped up on the antibiotics.
So it's 5-on-4 in favor of the Russians with just 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go.
Impact was losing that point. J-Rab made a decision at the last second to hit that buzzer. It was super smart. Impact now loses another body. Back to the 4-on. Oh, Russians lose a body. Yeah, old avalanche trick. It's 4-on-2 now, 4-on-3. Impact with 3 players left alive, one at home, one in the Snakeside Tower, one in the little laydown.
Tucked in the pocket here as the push. Throw Brittany at the 50-yard line and past it now. As another body gets peeled off for Edmonton Impact, they just have 2, and they're both looking D-side. Krill to run through right now. Krill's looking for the run through. The gun's going to shift. He's going to get 1, and he's going to get 2. Nice 2-pack there for Krill Brittany. Untouched. Hits the buzzer, and we have ourselves a 1-point match.
Amazing.
Wow. Impact's
Amazing
gotta be
comeback.
like, what the hell's going on?
They're pulling a boom yesterday.
Boom!
I hope they don't pull a boom yesterday, because poor Boom. Oh, I feel so bad.
Was it as bad as I heard it was? Like a 5-on-1?
In my opinion.
Yeah, I heard. I wasn't here. I was working, but man, I heard some bad stories.
Well, and it was two games for Boom.
Like everything they could do wrong, they did wrong.
Well, and they also had a friendly fire incident in their other game where they were about to tie it up to take it to overtime.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. There's no friendly fire.
Yeah, it's a bad term.
When you get shot by one of your buddies, it's not friendly.
So let's go down to Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. I was talking to Alex Goldman here in Paintball Jail when Impact was 3 points up, and he was feeling pretty confident he was going to get to play another point. And he was saying that he actually felt that game against X Factor was good yesterday because he said they were playing the field wrong, and he felt if they hadn't lost that game against X Factor yesterday, they would have lost this game against the Russians. Of course, Russians are making a pretty huge comeback right now, so we don't know what the final outcome will be. He's sitting with his head down, pretty stressed to see what this outcome is going to turn out to be.
Yeah, I mean, this is a rough moment for Alex Goldman, is, the premier snake player in the league and now forced to sit in paintball jail and cannot help his squad out there. And yeah, it's just got to be rough for him. Nothing he can do about it right now.
Nothing, but he's just, like I said, he's got 1:33 left and sweating over there.
The only thing he can do is next time he headbutts somebody, make it worthwhile.
Make it worthwhile. Yeah. If you're going to headbutt him, put him on their back.
There he is, Alex Goldman.
I wonder how they quantify that. Like, if you headbutt somebody kind of lightly, you get a 1-game suspension. If you headbutt them like really hard, it's 2 or 3 games.
Should it be like a percentage? Like
yeah,
if you
like
headbutt him at 60%,
how
then
far
it's a
back
2
does his
game?
head have to tilt to get more game suspensions?
Like the arc?
Yeah, or do you have to break your lenses on? I'm going to look at the rules as soon as I get home.
I mean,
Headbutting rules, NXL.
And you'd have to hit somebody pretty hard to break lenses because...
Challenge accepted.
I remember John Gregory, who invented the modern paintball goggle, he used to call it the shotgun test,
Yeah,
which
the 12
literally
gauge.
meant he would take a 12-gauge shotgun and shoot the goggle.
It's okay.
And as long as it passed that, then it was good to go.
Here we go. 140 left. Red Legion down 1.
Flying V. Flying V.
5 alive. Both squads.
Smotroff makes it to the wedge, but Zane Yakmeki's up there, and now Krill Brittany is going to mirror that move and look for Krill Brittany to run through. And there he gets the drop on Zane, but looks like he's going to trade out.
Smotroff gets shot at the same time. Wow.
Well, Karslev's been the hero here for the Russians, and he's still alive, flying up on the D side. He gets into D4. Another body gets peeled off for impact, and it is Laval.
3-on-4, or 3-on-3 now.
3-on-3 situation, but just 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go.
Impact's got no one on the snake side of the field, and if Britnikov can figure that out, he can fly down this snake and win this game for the Russians and be the hero.
Sergey at the brick, trying to find these last bodies under 1 minute as Malloy launches. out of the tower and gets to the wedge and
Yeah.
tries to get a shot on Justin Rabakov.
I
And here
just don't
comes
like him going
Karslev.
for the gut. He should be coming out to the tape. He knows that.
Karslev past the 50-yard line. Sergey is going to attack and get shot out and does not. Did he get a body? There goes
did.
Justin Rabakov. They're still.
It's a one-on-one.
And then Malloy is going to gun up and try to get
Malloy
the shot
gets
on the
taken
run.
out.
And
Wow, what a game.
Zach Yakimek saving this point here for Edmonton Impact. And it's not only saving the point, but saving the game.
Saving
the
the match.
Russians are going to concede the point to, I mean, give them a snowball's chance in hell, but with a 2-point spread now and about 30 seconds
If Brynikoff would have
left.
come down that snake
If he
instead of
would've came
going
down
through the
that
middle,
snake, yep.
they would have won that point
Yep.
and possibly won this match.
Or if Smotroff didn't get shot in that spot when Krill made the run through.
When Sergey went after Justin, I think when he had him creep for a second, but I think Karslev got caught slipping. That was
Alex Coleman's like, that's it, they're done.
so. If Impact holds on here and X Factor wins their next game, which they have to win it, you're gonna have a rematch now, possibly. There's that possibility here.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
So will we have another
If
headbutt?
that's
And if we
possible.
do have a new headbutt, will Alex put him
Follow
on-
through.
Follow through.
He's a big kid. I mean, come on, man. If you don't have a gaping hole in your headbutt after headbutting somebody, you didn't do it right. Just saying.
Yeah, so at the conclusion of this match, we'll be jumping into our next quarterfinal set, and it's going to be X Factor taking on Ironman and DMG taking on Heat. So DMG played well.
They're gonna have to play real well to beat Heat because Heat's on.
Yeah, Heat was definitely on fire in that first game.
Yeah, Impact, Heat, and AC Dallas right now are looking really, really good. I'm really looking forward to watching those games and hearing about those exciting stories. Greg Sewer's getting ready to go back on the field for Impact.
Yeah, so just going to try to burn the time off this clock. The Russians, I don't even know if they're going to put packs on, because they need 2, and there's half a minute left.
Oh, they've got this. Well, they did a 29-second point, right? So we know they can get at least one of those points.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately for them.
They need
Point
to.
spread means absolutely nothing. So Russians bringing out Properidny, Sergei Sniskov.
Smotrov's like, you guys are messing up my stats, man.
What is Smotrov's like? What's going on?
He thinks there's more time, I think, left on the clock, and I think he's going to try to argue that, hey, man, there's more time. But there's not. No more time.
Sure, he's probably wishing he could go back and not get shot out of that spot.
Hey,
but
Yeah.
they won one.
Because-
They won 1 point in 29 seconds, so maybe they'll go for the record and get one for 15.
This is going to change things for the Top Gun Award too, because Smotrov's
Smotrov
our
going
leader,
home, yep.
and Smotrov's going to be going home. So that's going to open up the door for players for Jackson, for
Justin.
maybe Justin, for Impact. Even though Justin's not out here on this point, so he's not going to get any kills in this one.
What's interesting, I think,
One of the
is-
Yakimex maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the guys that aren't on that kill count. There's so many good players out there right now that aren't on that kill count, top 5. And you look at all those top teams, you're like, wow, there's a lot of really, really good
we have
players
X
that aren't on
Factor
there.
coming up next, so I'm sure they got some guys that are right there as well because they haven't played their match yet. So I'm sure they got some guys that are going to creep.
Yeah,
in there.
or maybe Golding. If the Ironman can play well and defeat X Factor, Golding could maybe steal it.
yeah, he's right there, and he's their superstar right now so far this weekend. So
10 seconds.
they have a big match coming up.
I'm not
with
sure what
X
Smotrov was
Factor.
arguing, but he did not win. 30 seconds left.
Well, we know they're
2-point
going to
game.
go for their record of 29 seconds.
Yeah, if I was Impact, I would have gone 5 guys at home. Just never stop shooting our guns. But they don't need to. They get 5 out alive. Russians are coming hard. 2 through the middle. Impact loses their first player on the trio side.
Sergey's going to get killed. So does Smotrov.
Here comes a penalty on
Here comes a
Impact
penalty.
in under a minute, which should be a swing.
No, it's a minor penalty.
Minor.
Minor penalty.
Another minor. Another minor.
Yeah, so there's going to be a point scored here, which means we are going to see. So they're going to play in the next 6 seconds. So now Edmonton Impact just can't get a major.
Yeah.
Just go. If you get hit, walk up the field. You cannot win in 6.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's talk a little bit as we're going to have 2 minutes in between points. It's going to be almost impossible unless
Well, you
there's
know,
a
I
major
take
penalty.
that back. They could win in 5.
It is impossible.
It's impossible.
And it's impossible unless there's a major, because
Yeah,
if there is a
right.
major,
well,
then
we saw that yesterday.
yeah, I've seen it before at different tournaments where a situation like this happens, and so it has happened. But let's talk a little bit about this X Factor Ironman match. Rab, what do you think?
Man, well, I always feel if you're going to be a trash talker, then you got to back it up on Sunday. So Rainey had a great day yesterday. I love the heat that he's bringing to the team.
I'm excited
And-
to see who he can get to headbutt him this match.
Well, and so he's bringing that passion to X Factor. We know that the X Factor can win this match, right? Or win this tournament. But Rainey, has got that fire. Now he needs to do it today. on Sunday, not on Saturday. They need to do it on Sunday. And here, Ironman, Alan Golden is playing amazing. So this match is going to be a good match. And now we'll see if we can have that rematch with Impact possibly, or if Ironman squeak through.
Rich, what are your thoughts?
The exact opposite of everything Rab just said.
Okay, that's pretty standard.
I think it's going to be a great match. I think I've been a big fan of X Factor for a long time, but for me, they've kind of come almost where Dynasty is, where like I go from expecting those guys to win on Sunday to kind of expecting them to lose just because they've disappointed me so many times. I'm a huge fan of X Factor. I'm a huge fan of 3 or 4 of those players on the field. I talk to the guys ahead of time. I'm like, hey man, you guys are doing the same thing all the time. Making the same mistakes. You got 3 or 4 real guys that you ride to death on Friday and Saturday. Give those guys some rest time. Get some production out of some of your other players so that those guys can step up on Sunday. You guys can actually win a tournament.
So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Jason reviewed that last point, and that was 2 minor penalties on Impact. So going into this next point, it will be 5-on-5.
5-on-5 with 6 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go, right around there.
6 seconds. So.
If Impact had some sack, they would only sent like 1 guy out there. Like, yeah, just go out there with 1 guy because they still can't beat us.
So Matt Jackson most likely is going to have a big opportunity to win the Golden Barrel as he has 33 kills after that beautiful last point that he played.
I don't know. J-Rab's sneaking in there, man.
J-Rab is sneaking. I was getting there, Rich. J-Rab is definitely sneaking there, 32 right behind him. John Jackson is also hanging in there with 31. And unfortunately for Dynasty, Marcelo Morgat not going to have a chance to improve upon his 29 kills.
But good job getting in there.
Yeah, Marcelo had a great weekend for Dynasty.
They're yelling at Smotroff. You can do it in 6 seconds. You can do it. You got it.
So all the Russian fans and players right now praying for a major penalty on Edmonton Impact.
Well, and if Impact only put 1 guy out and he hid in the back center, he couldn't get a penalty. But no, Impact won't do it. They're afraid to do the tough calls.
Well, I think so they're doing another review. So it looks like Jason wants to make sure that it wasn't a major. Because if it was a major penalty, so it looks like now we're hearing that it was a major. So that's going to actually put more time on the clock because as soon as the major penalty is assessed, the point stops. So now the Russians might have, depending on how much time is left, because I wasn't, we're watching the action out here. I didn't see exactly how much time was left when that. And there was 2 penalties there, too, so I don't know which one was the major.
I think it was the second flag, the one that came up that was white. I think it was supposed to be red. I just don't think he had a red flag.
And it was on Zach.
Yeah.
Yakima.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that does make sense. But the question is how much time?
How much time, right?
Because 6 seconds is
Russians are hoping
the
for
longest
like 15
of the long.
seconds,
Yeah,
right?
that's the longest of the long shots. The Russians would probably hope to have maybe, I don't know, 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 20 seconds.
I mean, there's a chance. If it's 20 seconds, then they have an opportunity. It's still going to be incredibly difficult. The Ironmen did almost score a 17-second point in their first game against Revo, trying to steal it at the very end, but they needed about 5 more seconds to do it. Now, the Russians have already put up a legit 29-second point where they shot all 5 bodies, not penalty assisted at all.
Right.
So we know a 29-second, but we're still waiting here, and the Russians are pacing around out here.
I love it that they all have their packs on and not 1 pod in their pack.
Yeah.
Not going to need it.
Like, man, I got a full loader. That's all I'm going to need, bro. It's either going to work or it's not going to work.
Yeah.
More bullets on my back ain't going to help a bit.
Yeah, that is it. 1 magazine, and that's all that represents the ammo that I'm going to need. And there they are getting ready to go. So it looks like Golev is going to get a spin in here for this last push. With the pickup of Sergey, it's really taken the playing time away from Dennis Golev, who's been a long-time veteran of the team. So we're still, there's a zebra conventioning happening down here as we're still waiting to see.
Yeah, I'd rather have them just play it and not waste all this time. Like, just let them go out and play the game. Figure it out. Make the call, right or wrong.
While we're waiting here to figure out what the exact time is going to be left, what do you guys think about this DMG Heat matchup? That's also coming up next, Rab.
Hey, Heat squeaked in, had an amazing game today, and DMG played great all the way through the weekend, and they can win this game. They've got the confidence. Shane Howe, the ageless one, is playing great in the snake.
The ageless one.
The ageless one's playing
Ageless
great in the
Wonder.
middle.
Ageless Wonder.
The only place he hasn't really played is the Dorito side, but he's been everywhere on the field. They got the confidence. Obviously, they don't have the experience as he does, but hey, that's how you have to earn your way to Sunday afternoon. You have to earn it.
Well, Houston Heat looked locked in the win against Infamous. And also, while we're on this technical timeout here, you want to save yourself some money on a loader goggle combo. First 200 customers, you get a free Vio 2 with the purchase of a matching Spire 3. And you're going to have to use the promo code Virtue Go Sports in order to get that savings. Go to virtuepb.com or virtuepb.eu.
Man, there's a lot of argument between
Yeah,
the players, the refs, and the teams.
So, looked like Malloy was
getting
coming
sideways.
back over here, and he's still, as he talked to the refs, I don't know,
Sure,
he was
they're trying
yelling
to
at
get more
somebody,
time.
and then J-Rod came over and was yelling at somebody, probably arguing over how much exact time was
Yeah,
left.
I'm sure they're arguing exactly how much time. 2 or 3 seconds, one way or the other, can make a big difference.
So we're still just waiting to find out how much time is left. Now Smotrov's going to come over and talk to his coaches.
What do you guys think? Should I run down the field and try to shoot everybody and score a point? Yes, we do.
Not, as far as game plans are concerned, they probably already figured out where they're going to go. After that, it's, did you get shot or not? And did you shoot anybody?
Yeah.
And
it's
then
gonna look like,
you have to audible off that anyway.
And it's going to be just like the last 3 points they played, which is, hey, man, just go and hopefully it works out.
Yeah, read and react here.
Yep,
at this
read and
moment.
react. That's perfect,
And
Matty.
then beg for a major from Impact. And if you're Impact, you're just like, please no majors. Please no majors.
Yeah,
Please no majors.
I would tell those guys, hey, if you get a major this match, just take your stuff off because you're not playing ever again.
Yeah, you're fired.
Nice knowing you. It's not personal.
So now
not
Zach
me, it's you.
Yakimek is going to come over and go, hey, what's taking so much time here? Can we get this thing going?
Guys, I'm starting to cramp. Guys. Yeah, Impact's coming back now. Maybe talk to Dave and Bart a little bit. Russians are having a little confab on, listen, man, we got to giddy up and go. Flying V.
Flying V.
Predict the Flying V.
Like you said, with this kind of time, both teams have to worry about getting a penalty.
Yeah, so
I'd like to hear what
judge.
Lauren has to say about this.
We're
That's what
getting
I'd like to
there.
really hear.
I think Lauren's running around down there trying to figure out what's going on. And it looks like she does have some info for us. Lauren, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Rich, I was just stalking Jason that entire time. It is going to be 17 seconds on the clock moving into this last point. That minor penalty was changed on Zane Yakimek to be a major penalty because he was hit and he kept shooting the advancer. So there will now be 17 seconds on the clock and Russians have a chance to come back here.
That totally changed. Okay, so I'm hearing it's 13 seconds is what I'm being told from our producers. Thank you, Mike Pepperell.
13, maybe.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Yeah.
it's made it a more interesting match. I don't
Yeah.
think the Russians can beat Impact in 13 seconds, but it's going to be interesting watching them try.
Totally agree.
Entertaining.
17, that was the exact amount of time that the Ironmen almost won it. Again, they need about 5 more seconds, maybe 3. But 13 seconds, it's probably not going to happen unless there's a major. That's the
there's
big
a major.
caveat there.
But if there's one team that can do it, it's the guys right
Russies.
there. The
Yeah.
Russians
Yeah, you
can
see
do it.
Smotrov jumping up and down, getting his legs fresh and ready
Get a
to
little
go.
hoppy. Get a little hoppy.
Man, if I would just dive, get my shovels, get to my bunker as best I can, and just hide.
I'd send 2 guys after the corner running and shooting and 3 guys up the middle running
So
and
I'm
shooting.
wondering what we're waiting on now because apparently we know how much time needs to be on the clock. So
We call this
we
padding.
need to get this thing going. We got some more quarterfinal matchups to get to. We got
It's gonna be a
X
long
Factor
day.
and Ironman ready to go.
It's going to be a long day if they don't get this going.
Waiting to get this figured out. And then DMG and Houston Heat also ready to go in the quarterfinals. Already in the semis, AC Dallas taking down Dynasty in what was a real close match.
We've had some great games today, and what expected. You got the best of the best going, trying to move to Sunday afternoon. These are the two winners this year. You know, Impact was putting it on them, but Russians came back, and here we are, 13 seconds, and who knows what can happen here.
Well, think we finally got things figured out. And
I would definitely say, Zane, you got us the penalty. You can't play this point. You
Yeah.
need to
You
watch over
sucky,
here.
sucky.
You played great. You're doing a good job.
he has played great. I hope
he's been
he doesn't feel
very
too bad.
consistent for
Yeah,
them.
he doesn't need to feel
Oh,
bad
no,
because
no.
the Russians aren't going to win this point.
Yeah.
I do like the fact, though, that all the Impact players are strapped over the 8 or 10 pods, just in case things get sideways.
Just in case.
The Russians are like, oh, no, we're just going.
Here we go, long-awaited last point, and here come the Russians
Flying
as
V.
they go on a full send with the flying V as Smotrov is the
And
one.
he gets
behind
it, he gets it, he gets
doesn't
it,
get it in
he
time.
gets it.
Unbelievable, the
Woo!
Russians able to dive in and hit that buzzer. A triumphant
was amazing.
Alexander Burtnikov.
Wow.
Alexander Burtnikov able to sneak through there on the staggered attack, and he's getting checked out by the referee. Is he clean? That's the big question right now, boys.
He's clean.
Dave
It's
Baines
the rest
is
of the
flipping
guys.
out.
Thumbs up,
Wow.
Dave Baines, and the rest of Impact losing his mind. Rich
just said
is
it.
just cackling up here. Rich, you were wrong.
Yes!
You were wrong. They
I'm
did
so
have
happy
the
to be
time.
wrong. I'm so happy to be wrong. Man, that was great. That was amazing. I've been on the other end of that, and so have you, Matt. We were playing in Florida against the Russians. They had like 17 seconds left. They got a penalty. Wow. They were only playing with 4 guys. They smoked us in like 17 seconds.
I'm getting tingles remembering
He's
that
seen
moment.
It never happened. It just happened.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Wow.
We did not. I didn't think it was. Let's look at this replay
I was
here.
watching
I didn't think
the
it could
whole
happen.
time. I didn't see a ball come near him.
So look at this. They spent 2 flying up the center.
Flying V, man.
And there goes Smotroff into the snake to draw the guns out wide, and it worked out perfect. And they didn't stop the sprint, ran in the whole way, and dove in and hit that buzzer to score the fastest point we've seen in a long time.
In history. In
now,
recorded history.
It was 4 on 5, so they had that extra body out there. But still, look at this from the opposite angle. Unbelievable. Here comes Malloy. Malloy's going to come in and jump over and hit that buzzer.
Look at him.
To
He's like,
tie the game. Now, this game is just tied, though. The Russians didn't
I would
still
say
win.
the momentum is going towards the Russians, though, right? The Impact started with like a 4-0 lead.
Russians have all the momentum right now.
Oh, my God.
Impact is over there going, what just happened?
If you're not at home watching Go Sports, tell your friends what they're missing, because this is the best paintball. This is the most entertaining thing on paintball right now.
Yeah, we've seen 13-second points. We've seen a headbutt. We've seen some one-on-ones already. Let's go down to Lauren Kelly.
Alex Goldman is losing it over here. He can't believe everything he's seeing in this match. He did say that the Russian player who dove into the 50 snake had a hit on his pack. So Jason is reviewing that now, but it is getting hectic down here. I'm slightly scared.
Okay, so it might be 15 more minutes until we get actually to this next point. So
why don't we just let him play the tiebreaker?
We got a ton of time to talk about it. And I think I was going to say that 4 seconds. So
why not?
That was a 9-second point. So it looks like we're not going to get a review.
Good.
So if I may be wrong, but a 9-second point, I saw a 9-second point, God, I don't know, 2008?
I think you're lying.
No, I'm not. I think it was a 9-second point. I mean, I may be wrong, but I'm not lying. But that might be the fastest point we have ever seen.
Yeah, that was amazing. And honestly, that can probably happen once every decade, man. 2 top teams, everything to win, everything to lose. Russian Legions, caution to the wind.
So much had to go right for the Russians in this comeback.
One tiny little Russian squeaks through there, shoots a couple guys, and hits the buzzer.
If it was anyone, it was going to be Baritnikov, and he did it.
Yeah, for sure. And he hadn't really checked in on that match a lot. You know, he got a couple early deaths, got caught retreating once or twice, lost his loader.
The Russians and Impact are just going to burn the time off.
Yeah, they're not even playing.
There.
Yeah, they're just standing there.
14 points put up in this match.
What a great match. Yeah. This is as good as it possibly can get. There's no better paintball. There's nothing more entertaining to watch than this. Please go to Go Sports, sign up, man. Overtime. And maybe we'll get lucky. And maybe we'll get one-on-ones.
The Russians, they've got the momentum. They're jacked over there.
I was just going to ask
These guys, Impact, they have no idea what just is going on.
I don't know if you noticed, but every Impact guy that's been walking off has been MF and Mouse as they walk by. Like, thanks, Mouse. Thanks, Mouse.
Thanks, Mouse.
Thanks, Mouse.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It really is. It really is a 9-second point. Are you kidding me? Like with finally a comeback though for the Russians. Now, historically here, it's been incredibly tough for the Russians playing against Edmonton Impact because in Dallas and then also in Prague, Edmonton Impact went down big. I think it was a 6 point. I'm sorry, not couldn't have been 6 points, but it was a 5-point spread in Texas here last year.
Yep.
So at this event a year ago, the Russians squandered a 5-point lead to Edmonton Impact, who came back and they won that game. And now the Russians are trying to do the same thing, but this isn't over yet. Let's check in with Lauren again.
It's over.
Trozen looked at every single angle he could find to try to see if there was a hit on that 50 snake player for the Russians, and he couldn't see anything. So unfortunately, he can't make a call if there was a hit there, and we will be going into overtime.
Hey, look.
I disagree with unfortunately. I think it's great there was no hit there because that was an amazing point. Why wouldn't we want to watch these 2 teams play overtime?
Well, if you're Alex Goldman, unfortunately.
If you're in prison, you shouldn't be able to dictate what's going on in the field.
Every position that Impact went was they were shooting everywhere wrong on that, and Baritnikov just creeped right through. Everyone was shooting out. Nobody was shooting in the middle, and they got what they deserved on that point. So 9-second point, amazing.
Yeah, this is pretty entertaining, man. I'm really enjoying
Impact
this.
is ready to go with their starting 5. At least they're going to get their 5 bodies back out. So Rabakov, Yakimek, Brusselback, Zane Yakimek, and Nick Laval. So the Yakimek bros out there, and there is a shot at Alex Goldman.
Alex is like, hey, man, pay my bail. I don't care how much it costs. Get me out of here, man. I took a shower. I don't even want to talk about it. Bad things. So, well, we're going to see here if Impact can finish this match the way they started it by dominating the Russians on the break, or if the Russians can come back, survive the breakup, and take it back to Impact.
Man. They're coming. Look at them. They're going hard.
And here it go in overtime, and Edmonton Impact attacking up center field, but they lose Brussel back, and nobody's come off for the Russians. So it was a 5-on-4 situation in favor of the Russians.
Breakout. That's big for the Russians.
5 alive.
And
Everybody pinched. Yakimak's on the ground trying to get in, and here goes trade out, which is a good move because Russia's still up in the middle of the field.
They're up one body.
Clean run through there for Kirill Peridny.
Yeah, 4-on-3 now. Russians with the advantage, both on one body advantage and field position. J-Rab getting out to the Dorito corner. He's been able to do a lot of work out there for Impact. Nick LaValle over here on the snake side holding it down for Impact. Impact down one body.
With Russians with the advantage in the middle of the field. 2 guys in the middle of the field because they got Sergey at the tower on the Dorito side.
Yep. 4 minutes left here in this match. Russians in control right now. Impact's got to get lucky, shoot somebody out.
Smotrov talking to his back players here, and he's at wedge number 2. And looking like he's trying to wrap around, maybe move up to that 50 brick where he loves to go. Now Sergey is going to start attacking the center field, gets to the second mini wall.
Yeah, Sergey needs to stay alive in this match. Almost every one of these key points he's kind of died in, so he needs to come back and stay alive in this match. Oh, this point, excuse me. Good move up to that 50.
To the blue brick.
And that's the move to close out on this field. Usually the move to close out is down the tape, but through here, you can get all the way into their wing, and they can't see you going in there as long as you take your time and make the moves right.
Yep.
J-Rab's in that corner. I think J-Rab in that corner right now is the only thing that's stopping the Russians from going forward. He can shoot inside and shut down the inside of the field. Nick LaValle's committed to the outside of the tape. The other Impact players committed to the outside of the Dorito tape. So the only one stopping the center of the field, the only one stopping the Russians right now is Justin Rabikoff.
And Karslev's going to make the bump across and get into D3.
Which pulls Justin Rabikoff off of the center of the field and helps the Russians go forward now because Justin's got to look on that tape.
And will allow Britnikov eventually here to get into the snake, which is going to cause a real problem for Zach Yakimak.
Yeah, so right now Britnikov can go down the snake and win this game just like he could in the other match.
Oh, look at this, though. Nick LaValle just got shot in on his hopper.
Impact's going to lose this match.
And here comes Sergey looking forward in the center, and he's going to launch, and he's going to shoot Zach Yakimak, and that leaves just Justin Rabikoff in the back corner bunker, and Impact losing to Russian Legion.
Him off.
Yeah, you're right. Justin is still alive. And Smotrov, he's going to try to close the gap, and on the dive, ends up getting a shot as the pits explode for the Russians. And unbelievable turn of events, and Karslev is pumped up. Hey, man, hats off to Karslev. As Karslev, he's a huge reason that they even stayed in this match.
Wow,
I'm a big fan of Impact, but man, that was an amazing match for the Russians. And if you weren't a fan of the Russians before this match, you should be a fan of them after this match because they never quit.
The Russians and AC Dallas were 2 of the picks to win this tournament. Unbelievable, and just one of the best comebacks we have seen, not just this year, but ever. So the Russians, they
against the best team in the world, arguably.
Yeah, exactly. The team that won in Vegas.
Come on.
And so the Russians
doesn't get better than this.
The Russians are moving forward. They're going to play the winner of the X Factor Ironman match. Also, DMG and Houston Heat coming up next. So stick with us. Rich, you got something for us?
Yeah, I do. How much do we charge for Go Sports?
It's like $9-10 bucks a month.
Sign up now because it's going to start costing more. It's going to start costing more. If we've got games like this, we're going to be charging thousands of dollars a month. So if you want to get on Go Sports now while it's still cheap, now's your opportunity.
So we'll be back. Well, actually, before we go back, go to a short break and get to this next quarterfinal matchup, let's go down to Lauren Kelly.
That was incredible. That was one of the most stressful matches I've personally ever seen play out.
We have been in the same match last year, actually, against Impact. Crazy. We just same way of the repetition as what they did to us last time.
Yeah, it was insane. My heart is racing right now. I can't even imagine how you're feeling. Talk about that entire match. From your perspective, how did it all play out for you?
So they did a lessons last night really well. They knew where we're going to be going, in which, for example, we had like 3 down the T-back sides where we're going to go. They were shooting exactly the same lanes, and we were having like G2, G3s really quick, yeah? But in the half of the match, we realized that they're doing this really well, so we have decided to be in a very unpredictable zones, and we kept playing like 6 or 7 points this way, and they were not shooting us afterwards.
You guys never quit. If you proved anything during that match, it's that you never quit. What are some of the... I can't understand anything that's being said in the pit. You're speaking Russian. And what are some of the things you guys talk about that make this kind of performance?
So we were boosting ourselves with the words, if they did last time it against us, we can do the same against them this time ourselves. So that was our booster. It worked perfectly.
Incredible. I don't think anybody saw that coming. So congratulations. Stay tuned. This is some of the craziest paintball I've ever seen, and we've got more coming up after the break.
The driving mission at Go Sports is to bring you the best paintball content and broadcast in the world, behind the scenes, in the pits, and on the field. To continue this mission, we're rolling out a renovated website platform across the board with easier search functions and a more robust chat system for better interaction with your fellow fans. Dive farther into the game with a new integrated stats portal. Get your insight into the game anytime, anywhere, with an improved functionality across all mobile devices. Check it out now on GoSports.com.